grow your hygiene department. Now, our goal with our clients in hygiene is to have 1/3 of the total practice revenue coming from hygiene, 1/3 of the practice revenue. Now, when we start working with clients, we often find that the revenue coming from hygiene is significantly less than 1/3. It's often in the low 20% range. You know, it's 21, 22%. We've even seen it in the teens, 17, 18%. And that means two things. That's a metric that demonstrates two things. It demonstrates that more of the burden on the practice is on the doctor or doctors. So you have to carry more of that yourself. And secondly, it indicates that you have massive untapped potential. Naren, will it surprise you if I tell you that the stronger there's a direct correlation to hygiene appointments and production on the doctor's schedule? There's a direct correlation. The more attendance we have in hygiene, the more hygiene appointments we have, the stronger the doctor's schedule is. And that's simply a function of the treatment that comes out of your hygiene exams. There's a direct correlation.
I have seen it, Gary, and you have actually coached clients, again, mutual clients, to really grow their hygiene. And as a result, their production goes up. So it's like a connection.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah.
They literally go hand in hand. Now, I know some of you resist the idea of growing your hygiene because you have the perspective that hygiene's a loss leader. And if you think about it as being a loss leader, you're never going to want to grow it. Well, hygiene should not be a loss leader. Hygiene needs to be a profit center. Despite hygiene wages today, it can still be a profit center. And it kind of relates back to my previous suggestion of reducing insurance dependence. You've got to be able to set your own fees, for hygiene. You don't trust Delta to set your hygiene fees, because Delta doesn't care that your hygiene wages are going up. You've got to be able to set your own fees. But hygiene can absolutely be a strong profit center in your practice, a very strong profit center in your practice. So I want to encourage you to grow your hygiene department, specifically to get to where 1/3 of your 1/3 or more of your total practice is coming from hygiene. And that is really a wonderful situation to be in. That sort of is, it's like the pump is primed in a practice like that. And it really sets the stage for ongoing, continuous success. Another reason to really embrace growing hygiene there on the clinical side. We know that if we can engage our patients in regular visits to your office, we're going to accomplish two great results. Number one, we're going to keep those patients healthier.
Yes.
Number two, we're going to reduce their future dental expenses because you're able to catch things at the earliest stage. So if I haven't motivated you for financial reasons to grow your hygiene department, I want to motivate you for clinical reasons and doing the right thing. Help your patients become healthier. Naren, I think you'd agree with me that a recipe for success in a practice is helping our patients enjoy great health.
Yeah, if you want lifelong patients, definitely, if you take care of their health, they're going to be loyal to you for their entire life.
Absolutely. So strategy number 4, grow your hygiene department. I'll give you 2 more metrics that we're looking for in that. In the ideal situation, we want to fill at least 92% or more of your available hygiene appointments in your practice. So we want that filled with a butt in the seat at the end of the month. So for example, I'll use a round number of 100. If you had 100 available hygiene appointments in the month, at the end of the month, I want there to be at least 92 butts in the seats for those 100 appointments. I'm using a simple number of 100 to make the math easy. By the way, that's not easy to do. That's a hard level of performance given, people's cancellation and no-show behaviors. So it's not an easy goal to achieve, but if you can get 92% or more of your hygiene appointments filled, then that's going to be a really cool dynamic in your practice. The second metric I want you to pay attention to is I want you to get serious about diagnosing and treating perio with a conservative periodontal therapy program in your practice. And ideally, we'd like 30% of your adults in your practice, any given time, 30% of the adults to be treated with some mix of the 4 most common periodontal therapy, conservative periodontal therapy codes, 4341, 4342, 4355, 4910. And if you're below that 30%, it means we could fine tune what your office is doing in terms of diagnosing and treating perio. But ideally, we'd like that to be 30% of your practice. So there's a couple more touch points, benchmarks, KPIs that you can measure when it comes to growing your hygiene department.